Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our Client Portal training webinar. You'll be walking through this training with the ops team today. So I am Rachel Rant.
And I'm Brynn Penner. And first of all, I want to explain how to ask a question on this webinar. You will, if you're unable to see the control panel at the bottom of the screen, you can pull your mouse down to the bottom of the screen and the chat box will appear. So go ahead and select the chat to send us a question. All right, and so a box will appear and you can type in the question and press enter. And then once you're done, you can minimize that screen to enter back into the full screen mode of the webinar. All right, now I'm going to transition back to Rachel about logging into the client portal.
Thank you, Brynn. So as you can see here, I have already logged into the client portal, but if you have any questions about logging in, feel free to submit those via the chat icon. And I'm just going to walk through the homepage with you on what you can expect to view in the client portal. So the first thing to note is that the homepage is called the Personal Finance page. And the original view that you will be met with when you log in is going to be this Summary tab. Two settings to note here are what you are actually viewing. So if you're at the Managed Accounts level on this dropdown on the left, you'll be viewing your portfolio as a whole. But then if you continue on the dropdown, you can also select a specific account to view. So I'm going to keep it at the portfolio level, which is the Managed Accounts level. And the other setting you can change is the date range of what you're viewing all of these different metrics for. So if you go to the right, there is a drop-down menu. And this will allow you to select different date ranges that you want to view your portfolio for. And once you select the date range, it will also show the exact dates to the right of the drop-down of what you're viewing. So on this Summary tab, you can see a few different things. This shows the market value of your portfolio as of today, your year-to-date return, and then the unrealized gain or loss of your portfolio as of today. A few different graphs here are the portfolio value versus net amount invested, your transaction summary, your asset allocation by equity, bond, and cash, and then a graph of your portfolio performance. And please do note that all of these are informed by the date range that you have selected in the upper right-hand corner. The next tab we'll be going through is the Performance tab. So as you can see on the Performance tab, there is still the setting to select either your managed accounts, which is the portfolio as a whole, or a specific account performance. Again, there will be the date range on the upper right-hand corner where you can select viewing performance for different date ranges available, and all of the information below will be informed by those date ranges. If you look on the rest of this page, you'll see that you will have the ability to view beginning and ending market value, as well as your portfolio return for the period, a graphical representation of your performance. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you can view performance by account, asset category, or asset class. You can also drill down into some further details on this table. So as you can see, if you click on the international equity asset class, it will expand it, and you'll be able to view all of your holdings that are within that asset class. So in this sample portfolio, we have the holding of DFA International Core Equity, and that's the only holding within the international equity asset class, but you can view the market value of that holding and its performance over the period. Next, we will be toggling over to the Positions tab, which is where you can view your current holdings information. Please note that you can, again, toggle between the managed accounts level or the specific account level, but there is no longer any date range on the upper right because the date range is going to be as of today. So here, the graphs you can view are your asset category allocation, which shows the different allocations between equities, bonds, and cash. And then on the asset class allocation, you can see the different allocations you have between asset classes that are held in your portfolio. And this is graphically represented as well as in a table. Scrolling down, there is also specific positions available for you to view. So this will show your specific holdings with units, price, market value, and then some cost basis information, and the percent of that holding that comprises your portfolio. If you're really interested in detailed tax lot information, you can also click on the name of the holding itself, and this will populate a table that shows your unrealized gains by tax lot. So this holding in our sample portfolio only has one tax lot, but you can see the purchase date and then various cost basis information, your unrealized gains or losses, and then whether or not it is a short-term or long-term unrealized gain. So that gets into a pretty heavy level of detail, but it is available for you to view if you wish.
All right, Rachel, it looks like we do have a question. It is, what is the RMD dashboard button?
That is a great question, Brynn. So if you scroll to the top, you'll see there are 3 vertical dots to the right of the positions tab. And if you hover over it, it will show an RMD dashboard link. RMD stands for required minimum distribution. And if you are a client who is 72 years of age or older, you're subjected to required minimum distributions from some qualified retirement accounts. If you're not 72 yet or don't have any qualified retirement accounts with us, this dashboard will show just as it shows right now, where there's no information available. But if you do, for example, hold an IRA, it will show the name of your account, the amount of your required minimum distribution, the remaining amount you need to withdraw from your account over the course of the year, and then whether or not you have satisfied your required minimum distribution for the current tax year. So if you have retirement accounts, this is a great way to track whether or not you're on track to withdraw the required minimum amount for the tax year. Let's take a moment to check and see if we've had any other questions come in. It doesn't look like we have, so let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to transition to Brynn to go through the document vault and financial plan.
All right, thanks, Rachel. So to access the document vault, you will go to the left-hand side and click the folder icon. Here you will see 4 different folders that we have set up for you. I will explain each one of them. So the custodial statements are where you will find the monthly TD Ameritrade statements. Then the miscellaneous folder, this is where if you had any documents in the previous vault, we have uploaded them into this folder. Next, we have the portfolio statements. This is where your quarterly and year-end statements are from Aspen Capital. And then lastly, the signed documents folder. This is where any documents that need a physical signature can be uploaded for us to view and submit for you. I want to note that you can also add your own folders by clicking the new folder icon, and that way you can organize this however you would like. Next, to upload a document, you will want to select the proper folder. So we can go to signed documents, and then you will click upload, and that will pull up a box to upload from your desktop. And we want to note that we'll be able to see what you upload. All right, do we have any questions on the document vault?
So we don't have any questions on the document vault, but we did have one other question come in, and it was a question about how to initiate a withdrawal if needed. And it is important to note that this client portal doesn't actually give you the capability to move money at all. If you want to move money yourself, you can log into your TD Ameritrade portal, or you can always contact us and we can move funds for you. But this is more of just a viewing and informational client portal, as well as document vault. So you won't actually be conducting any transactions from within this portal.
Great. All right, if we don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and move to the financial plan, which are the three triangles on the left-hand side. So this is the link to your financial plan website that shows the Monte Carlo simulation success style. You will only be able to see this if you have a financial plan linked with us. You will see in the right-hand side, there will be a date that has the last updated time that the probability of success style has been done. And if you would like to refresh that, you can click the refresh button for the latest information. And then we'll go ahead and click the net worth button. So the net worth also comes from the info that you have entered in your financial plan, and you can also refresh this to get the latest data. And if you look at this and you see that you need to make any updates to your financial plan inputs, please contact your advisor and they will be happy to help you with that. All right, if we don't have any questions, we'll go ahead and go back to Rachel to talk about the personal finance page.
Thanks, Brynn. So in order to navigate back to that home screen, which is known as the personal finance page, you're going to want to go ahead and click on this column icon, which will take you back to that home screen and the summary tab. So we just wanted to make sure you knew how to navigate back to that. And I also wanted to include a brief note about the consumer overview page, which is this little speed dial icon. And this is still currently in development and will be adjusted. So you don't really need to pay any attention to it right now, but we didn't want to leave you confused about what it might be for. The one thing you might find useful at this point is the newsfeed capability, which does show you the last time we've uploaded documents to your document vault. So as you can see, we have uploaded your 2020 realized gains and transactions report to your vault. And if you want to download that directly from this page, you can just click the supporting link and that will download to your desktop directly. Otherwise, you can access it in the portfolio statements folder of your document vault. Lastly, on the client portal, I wanted to inform you that we will be rolling out a mobile app either at the end of this upcoming quarter or the beginning of next quarter. So you can expect that within a couple of months and you will be able to access everything about your portal from your mobile device. So stay tuned for more information and training about our upcoming mobile app. The other thing to note here, there we go. The other thing to note here is that we do have a video tutorial library on our website. So if you go to aspencapitalmgmt.com, on the resources tab, you will be able to access our video tutorial library. And this includes basically everything we've gone through today in our webinar in the form of short videos about the client portal. But we also have other tutorials available for the TD Ameritrade client portal, as well as the financial plan website. So as the question had come in about how to move money or make withdrawals if needed, since that will be done from the TD Ameritrade website, you can see there is a video tutorial here with move money instructions.
All right, and as well as our video library, in our monthly newsletters, we will also include portal trainings and tips. And Rachel and I are available to set up a phone call to go through any aspects of the portal one-on-one. All right, are there any further questions? All right, it doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like we have any more questions. So thank you for, oh, actually, one just came in. Let's check and see what those are. Yes, great question. Is there any way to set up two-factor login for the portal? This will be in development right now. We are in communication with the software vendor on how to get that two-factor authentication enabled for everyone. And so we'll be in touch as we learn more information there. But in the meantime, it is important to note that you're not able to take any action within the portal as far as you can't view full account numbers and you can't initiate any money movement. So you don't need to be too worried about security other than obviously being able to see your net worth and different account information. but we will be in touch with two-factor authentication coming soon. Looks like we have one more question. Oh, nope, it was just a thanks. Okay, well, thank you everyone for attending. And of course, feel free to reach out with any questions as they come up. And we hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you.